Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? The answer to that is what? Pourquoi? Because although this is a very popular anglicised version of will you go to bed with me, it is unfortunately very, very odd to a French-speaking person. And I will explain in this video. I've been doing Duolingo, and I've been doing the French course. I did German GCSE, and I did all right with that, but I didn't really continue French past 12, 13 years old. So I'm doing the French course, partly because I want to volunteer at the Olympic Games in 2024, which will be held in Paris. And on Duolingo, I've got this 69-day streak. I don't know if you can quite see that, but yeah, 69 days currently learning French. Nice, real nice. But I've been learning how to ask various questions on this French Duolingo course. By the way, not spun, but obviously we know about Duolingo. You don't need me to have a sponsorship for you to know about Duolingo. And sometimes questions are more formal than others. And in this case, this question, Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Is very, very formal. Just before I go into the explanation, I like to say my name is Andy. I do sex education kind of videos and similar things on this channel regularly, so why not stick around? You'll learn stuff just like today. So firstly, Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? You will have remembered from a few things. Now, probably everybody watching this video will have heard of Lady Marmalade and their cover of Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir for the film Moulin Rouge about a decade or so ago. But it was first used by, yes, some English speakers in various books. So one was an American writer called Jean Dos Passos, and he wrote Three Soldiers, and he used this phrase, although slightly misspelt in the book, although minus the ce soir as well, so just you want to go to bed with me. And then it was used in Tennessee Williams's famous play from 1947 called A Streetcar Named Desire, this time with ce soir, which means this evening, or tonight, if you like. And then in 1974, LaBelle, the group LaBelle, fronted by Patti LaBelle, recorded a song called Lady Marmalade, where they used the phrase Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? And that we go on to 2001, 2 decades ago, where it was covered by Christina Aguilera and Pink and somebody else for the film Moulin Rouge. So let's just break down the sentence to start off with. So voulez-vous is just an inverted term of vous voulez, so do you want to? And then coucher means to sleep. It's a verb, to sleep. And then avec moi, with me. Yeah? And ce soir, tonight, this evening, all the same. Now, the good news is this sentence is actually very grammatically correct in French. It's just that the way it's being said is very jarring, weird, and extraordinarily formal. So firstly, using the word vous, although it means you, it's very, very formal. It would be a very formal way. It's like you're speaking to some sort of elder or important person. You're speaking to a client or something like that. So using it as an invitation to sexual congress is already quite jarring. The French would usually use the term tu, means you as well, but more friendly. The other word which is a bit weird was coucher, which is to sleep with, yes, but it's very much, would you like to rest your head right now? More than, will you sleep with me? It's just not quite the right phrase, right? So all in all, it'd be rather like me, an English speaker, saying to a girl that I like, Madam, would you like to copulate with me this evening? I'm like, what a ridiculous thing to say. And of course, if anybody did say that to you, you'd be like, what, why, what, that's not even remotely inviting. Now, if you think about it, there is a possibility that that kind of phrase would be said, and that is by sex workers. If in France, in the early 20th century, you might have heard a prostitute say, voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Because you're talking to a client, you're talking to somebody of higher status. And especially if you are a more high-end prostitute, then you're quite likely maybe to say this. That's pretty much, though, the only situation that you would ever hear it. And perhaps even if that French-speaking prostitute is speaking to an English-speaking person, because they would understand that phrase and may not understand the proper French. Now, of course, prostitution is illegal in France today, as it is in many, many places. And therefore, the use of this phrase may even mark you out to be a prostitute. So it may not be the best way to be going around saying, do you want to sleep with me in French? Now, the article I'm sourcing this from is that pays to say that just because people from France are somehow known to be, sleeping around and excellent lovers and that kind of thing, it's not appropriate, just like it is in any English-speaking country, to be walking up to people in the street and saying, do you want to sleep with me? It's just not, it's just something you would say. So don't do this in France. Don't do this to French-speaking people. However, if for some reason you are with a French-speaking person and you have got to the stage where you might want to have sex with them, well, you could say the following. So if you wanted to say something which was still a bit formal, but not so jarring, you could say the following. I'm going to have to read it off the screen, I'm sorry. So you could say, Veux-tu coucher avec moi ce soir? Vous as in want to, and tu as in you. So do you want to? Coucher, still, quite formal, to sleep with me this evening. Now, this example is still actually quite formal, using this inverted term. So in this case, veux-tu is still quite a formal way of putting your sentence together in French. So to be less formal, you can swap it around, take out the word voulez, definitely, and say, tu as envie de coucher avec moi ce soir. Less formal. Now, envie means a bold sexual desire. It means I want to have raw sex with you, effectively, right? It's much more likely you'll say that to somebody than, would you possibly want to sleep with me this evening? In this case, it's the want in there. I want to sleep with you tonight, right? Yeah, that's basically what it means. So we can take this to its logical conclusion and use the word envie, which is want, and you could say, j'ai envie de toi, which is I want you. So basically the takeaway from this video is do not use Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir, because it doesn't mean what you think it does. It's extraordinarily formal. It is not really going to work. And you know what? Even if you're a tourist, you shouldn't be going around just randomly asking people to sleep with you. If you're with a French speaker and you've had a few drinks, you've gone on a date, you've been really nice and you've got a really good connection with this person, you met them in the club, whatever, anything like that, then of course, if you want to sleep with them, then why not? And use instead, j'ai envie de toi. Firstly, apologies to any French speakers that have been listening to this video thinking, what the hell is he talking about? My pronunciation is only 69 days in, so I hope that's all right. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. You can do that just down below. You can subscribe to my channel because I make sex education videos regularly, so stick around, click the bell icon so you know when I next upload, and therefore I hope I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.